Hi friend, welcome in my class, and the topic of this class is quadratic residues. We have already seen this is the definition of quadratic congruent and quadratic residue. This equation is given, so now we will start quadratic residue. Let P be an odd prime and let a positive integer b such that a and b are relatively prime. If the congruent x square congruent a mod p has a solution, then the integer a is called a quadratic residue of p. Here a and p are relatively prime. If this congruent equation is the solution, has a solution, then this a is called quadratic residue of p. This is the most important line for the definition of quadratic residue. If this congruence has no solution, this equation has no solution, then a is called quadratic non-residue of p. Again, this second line is again important line. Let a congruent p, then we have two lines. This equation has a solution, then a is called quadratic residue, and if this equation has no solution, then a is called quadratic non-residue. Let a congruent b mod p, then a is the quadratic congruent of p, a is the quadratic congruent of p, and b is the quadratic congruent of a. This is the important line, so this is underlined here. This line is colored now. So a is the quadratic residue of p and b is the quadratic residue of a. Now example, find the quadratic residue of 7. 7 is the odd prime. So let p is equal to 7. The quadratic residue will be the form of the set 1, 2, 3 up to p minus 1. P minus 1, p is the 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To identify we have 6 members in this set. And now we identified the integers as a residue form. These 6 numbers, from these 6 numbers determined which of the congruent of this for this equation of this equation have the solution. We have a is equal to a means members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So apply this equation. So this is the 1 square is equal to 6 square is congruent to 1. Why 6 square? 6 square means 36 and 7 divided 36. We have one remainder, so this is the equation. Now 2 square means 4 and here 5 square means 25 and 25 divided by 7 we have the remainder 4, and now 3 square means 9 and here 4 square means 16 and 9 divided by 2 7 remainder is 2, 16 divided by 7 remainder is 2. So this type we have used all members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 1, this is 6, this is 2, this is 5, this is 3, this is 4, and 1, 4, 2. Come back here. A is called congruent residue of p. So in place of a, look here 1, 4, 2. In place of a 1, 4, 2. Thus the quadratic residues of 7 is 1, 2, 4. These are the 1, 2, 4, and non-quadratic residue 3, 5, 6. Why 1, 2, 4? This is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 4. These are the quadratic residue, and non-quadratic residues are 3, 5, 6. So this example is easy. Again repeat this. P is 7. 7 is the odd prime. The quadratic residue will be form the set. The set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to p minus 1. P is equal to 7. So our members of this set is are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we identified the integers as residue form from this set. From this set are from the 6 members or numbers. So apply this equation, convert these members in the form of this equation. So this is the 1 square congruent 6 square congruent 1 mod 7, 2 square congruent 5 square congruent 4 mod 7, 3 square congruent 4 square congruent 2 mod 7. This type we have used all 6 members, and then 1 to 4 are the quadratic residues and non-quadratic residues are 3, 5, 6. So this type this example is complete. Now example, prove that R is the quadratic residue modulo m greater than 0, the value of m is greater than 0, then this relation is true. R raised to the power 5m upon 2 congruent 1 mod m. This is the important example. Now the here given condition, R is quadratic residue, R is a quadratic residue, so R raised to the power 5 m upon 2 congruent 1 mod m. So solution, let R be the quadratic residue of an odd prime m. M is the odd prime everywhere. Hence the congruence relation, this is the congruence relation, x square congruent R mod m is a soluble. Let x congruent a mod m be the solution. X congruent a mod m be the solution of this above equation. So therefore a square congruent R mod m, a and m are relatively prime, and now square a is congruent R raised to the power 1 by 2 mod m. This is the easy. Now square phi m, we take power phi m on both sides. So a raised to the power phi m congruent R raised to the power phi m upon 2. This is the 1 upon 2 mod m. Now a raised to the power m minus 1. Why a raised to the power m minus? Here phi m means m minus 1. Now phi remove from means phi m is equal to m minus 1, and here phi m upon 2. So a raised to the power m minus 1 congruent R raised to the power phi m upon 2 mod m, and here given condition phi m is equal to m minus 1, and now this is a raised to the power m minus 1 congruent to 1 mod m. This is the condition. So the value of a raised to the power m minus 1 is equal to 1. This is the 1 R raised to the power phi m upon 2 mod m. Now, and this is equal to R raised to the power phi m upon 2 congruent to 1 mod m. This type this equation is this example is so easy. Again repeat this. R is the quadratic residue. This equation is given. Is a soluble means this equation have a solution. Suppose B it's a solution. This is the solution of above equation, and now convert this solution in this form. So a square is equal to this. A and m are relatively prime, and this is the side chain, power side chain. Now we taking phi m on both sides and substitute the value of phi m, and then now rearrange this equation, and this is the a raised to the power phi m upon 2 congruent to 1 mod m. So this is the solution of this example. Now next example, let if p be an odd prime, then there are preciously p minus 1 upon 2. P is an odd prime, then there are preciously p minus 1 upon 2 quadratic solution of p. P minus 1 upon 2 is the quadratic residues of p, and p minus 1 upon 2 quadratic non-residue of p. Here p minus 1 upon 2 is the quadratic residue, and p minus 1 upon 2 is the quadratic non-residue of p among the integers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to p minus 1. Two conditions are given. Now prove third condition. So let p be an odd prime and a is a integer such that a and p are relatively prime. consider the quadratic congruence. This equation x raised to x square congruent a mod p, this is already given. And now 1 2 3 4 5 up to p minus 1 arrange in this form. So 1 square congruent a mod p, 2 square congruent a mod p, 3 square congruent a mod p, up to p minus 1 square congruent a mod p. Above are p minus 1 congruence. These are p minus 1 congruence equations. We have each of these congruences has either no solution or two incongruent solution. This condition is already given in first line, in first theorem. We have already seen this theorem in last lecture. This is the congruence equation has either no solution or exactly two incongruent solutions mod p. This theorem apply in last example. So here this is, we have each of these congruence has either no solution or two incongruent solutions. This implies there are exactly p minus 1 by 2 quadratic solutions, means half quadratic solutions, and half of p among these integers 1 2 3 4 5 up to p minus 1, and the remaining integers p minus 1 minus p minus 1 by 2 is equal to p minus 1 by 2 are the quadratic non-residue solutions of p. And application of this example is the above example. Here we have 6 numbers, means 1 2 3 4 5 up to p minus 1, means 1 2 3 4 5 up to 6. So we have here 3 are quadratic solutions, means 6 by 2, and 3 are quadratic non-residues solutions. These are again 3. So this example is the application of this example. So this example repeat again. P is prime, odd prime, and preciously p minus 1 is the quadratic solution residues of p, and then p minus 1 by 2 are the quadratic non-residue solution of p among the integers 1 2 3 4 5 up to p minus 1. Suppose we have here 8 elements, so we have 4 are quadratic residues and 4 are non-quadratic residues. Now solution, p is given, a and p are relatively prime. This is the congruence, quadratic congruence. Now we arrange the elements 1 2 3 4 5 up to p minus 1 as the previous example. Here we have already arranged the 6 element in this form. So this time we arrange again 1 2 3 4 5 up to p minus 1 elements in the form a square congruent a mod p, 2 square congruent a mod p, 3 square congruent a mod p, up to p minus 1 square congruent a mod p. So these are the p minus 1 congruence equations. So their half means p minus 1 upon 2 are the congruence residues and half are congruence non-residues of p. So this example is complete. Now this is the last example. Let p be an odd prime and a and b be integers with ab and bp are relatively prime. A and b are relatively prime, b and p are relatively prime. Then we have these 3 conditions. A congruence b mod p, this implies a upon p is equal to b upon p. Second is a upon p into b upon p is equal to ab upon p, and a square upon p is equal to 1, means this is the result. So proof first, a congruent b mod p, this is the given a congruent b mod p. This implies, this is the equation. So this is congruence is given, x square congruent A mod P and x square congruent B mod P. These are two congruence residues. Are both soluble? First is soluble, second is soluble, or neither is soluble. These are soluble or non-soluble. Hence, either A upon P is equal to 1 and B upon P is equal to 1, or A upon P is equal to 1 is equal to minus 1 and B upon P is equal to minus 1, positive or negative. And this both results shows A upon P is equal to B upon P, means first result is proof here. Now second, by Euler theorem, this is again A upon P is equal to A raised to the power P minus 1 upon 2 mod P, and B upon P is equal to B raised to the power P minus 1 upon 2 mod P. Now multiplying, AB upon P is equal to AB raised to the power P minus 1 upon 2 mod P, and this implies A upon P into B upon P congruent, again break into two parts, A raised to the power P minus 1 upon 2, B raised to the power P minus 1 upon 2 mod P, and power is same, so this is the A upon P raised to the power P minus 1 mod P. This implies either A upon P, B upon P does not equal AB upon P, or A upon P, B upon P is equal to A upon P. And this shows now A upon P, B upon P does not equal A upon P, AB upon P. This implies 1 congruent minus 1 mod P, and now side change, that is 2 congruent 0 mod P. Hence P divides 2, which is not true since P greater than 2. P is always greater than 2, so this is impossible. Thus, the only possibility, this is contradiction condition, A upon P, B upon P does not equal AB upon P. This is contradiction condition. From this is the well-known condition, P always greater than P. Thus, the only possibility is second condition, A upon P, B upon P is equal to AB upon P. So this condition, first condition is complete, means second condition is already proved here. Now third condition is so easy, A square upon P. Here we take A square upon P. A square break into two parts, A upon P, B, A into A upon P, break into two parts, A upon P, B upon P into B upon P. So this is the A upon P whole square, and A upon P means 1. So this is 1, and this is the result, means A square upon P, A divided by P is equal to 1. So this condition apply here, then we obtain this result. So this is the third result. A upon P is either plus 1 or minus 1. Why? A and P are relatively prime here. AB are relatively prime, BP are relatively prime, means A and P are relatively prime. So this is the third condition. This time this theorem is again complete. So first condition is important, second condition also, and third is usable for the objective question. So this type our theorem is complete, and today's lecture is complete. This type our 5 units are completed, and now you will prepare all units for the purpose of examination and unit test. Now thanks and good day.